Sarah Walton, founder and CEO of Better Way Moms here. I hope you're having a great day so far. So I have a wonderful question today from a viewer. Her name is Camille, and she's just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. And she writes in with something I hear a lot. I hear it in conversation. I've done it myself, and I hear it with other friends. And the conversation, I'm not going to read her question exactly, but the conversation goes something like this. I have a really great idea for a business, but my husband won't let me do it. Right? So the question is, how do I get my husband to let me start a business, which is the framing of that question bothers me a little bit, to be honest. And I think I want to change a little bit to be, how can I get my husband to be as excited about my business as I am? I think that's a little bit more of a powerful way to ask that question, right? If you're excited about a business, you're excited about a business, and now your job is to share it with your life partner, right? And have them get just as excited as you are about what's possible for you, what's possible for your family, and what's possible when you offer your products and services to other people. So I'm going to start by saying there's kind of an atmosphere around mompreneurs and mommy bloggers, and it really makes me crazy. It's not because these women aren't working hard. It's because I really believe those terms are kind of coined to minimize what's actually happening. And I think women are doing incredible things, both online and creating businesses and doing small businesses from home to help support their families. There's something really cool going on here. And I think those terms have kind of marginalized it. And I know I don't ever refer to myself as a mom blogger because I don't like it. I don't, not because moms don't work hard again, but because I can feel there's something about it that doesn't quite explain what's really going on. So there's that. And the other thing that I think most of us don't do, and I'm guilty of this as well, is we don't treat these new ideas, or we don't treat something we get excited about as a real legitimate business. One of the things I've learned about through my years in corporate America, the hardest part of my job, right, was I had to do financial projections for absolutely every project I wanted to present to the CEO of the company, and sometimes even to board members of the company, right? I had to go in there and say, it's going to cost this much for the developers, it's going to cost this much for the designers, it's going to cost this much for marketing, and here's what the profit margin is, right? And I had to prove why this idea was going to work. And it was annoying sometimes, because I was like, it's just awesome, just let me do it, right? And I think it's a very similar feeling to what some of us can have when we go to our life partners and go, just let me do it, it's just awesome. And that's really irresponsible of us, right? It's irresponsible to the idea of what we want to build, and it's irresponsible to ourselves and our own visions. And what do I mean by that? Listen, I am a woo-woo person to make all woo-woo people sit down, man. I believe if you think it, you can create it. I absolutely have had miraculous things happen in my life. I have the right people show up just when I need them. I help other people just when they need me. I've seen it over and over, and I absolutely believe in that. And we live in this world, and there are rules and laws that apply to this world, right? And those rules and laws around business are you exchange money for what you do, right? And so when we're not responsible for that, we're actually selling the whole thing short. And that's when, quite frankly, life partners and or bosses have every right to go, what the heck are you doing? Because they're right. You wouldn't go out and, I don't know, buy a house you can't, well, some people do that. You shouldn't go out and buy a house you can't afford, right? You should, I mean, we know how to balance things, right? You can't go into a store, charge up millions of dollars in credit card debt and then expect it to disappear. That's not how this works. And you should have the same respect and decency for your business, because it's probably a pretty great idea. From the women I talk to, some of these ideas are incredible, right? So what you have to do is really legitimately sit down and look at what it's going to cost, look at what you're going to charge, present that to your life partner and say, this is what I really think I can do. It's not an idea. I didn't dream it up when I was bored today, or I didn't dream it up just so I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I dreamt it up because it's freaking amazing, and here's why I think it's amazing. And maybe you're not going to make millions and millions of dollars, but maybe you're going to help a boatload of people and be able to cover a lot more of the family's expenses than you'd anticipated. So that's step number one. Step number two, the next time you have a fabulous idea, I have a very serious challenge for you. And I say it's serious because I would have a hard time doing it myself. And here's what it is. Do not share the idea for 3 days. That's right. ever-loving, God, they're going to be so long days, 3 days, that you cannot share this idea, right? But here's the thing, if it's really the idea, if it's something you're so passionate about, you're going to explode, it will still have that effect in 3 days. It doesn't always feel that way. I know you want to go out and go and go and go. Oh, please, let me tell, please. No, wait 3 days. And what that does is it allows you to like calmly think through all of the different things so that when you actually present it, there is substance and passion and joy behind it. It's not something you just flippantly decided to talk about, right? So that's number 2. And number 3 is, it's a little bit more touchy, I think. It's something you kind of have to earn. And I say this to women who are in their corporate jobs who have children and they say, I really want to ask for a flexible schedule. And my first question is, have you earned the right to do that? And I don't mean that to be disrespectful, and I don't mean that in any like probing, get defensive way. I'm being really serious. If I'm the boss and you come to me and say, I want more flexibility, you have to have earned the right, for me to have that kind of trust in you, for me to say, you know what, you have knocked it out of the park every single time. Of course, like, go for it. We are going to work with you. We're going to make this happen. That's the kind of boss I am, right? But if somebody comes to me who hasn't earned that, right, someone I have to sit on, someone who is always late, someone who doesn't get things done on time, I'm going to say no, right? You have to earn the right to ask. And that goes with our life partners too. And I know some of them can be flippant. My husband can kind of tend to roll his eyes and go, harumph, here we go, right? I call it the harumph thing. You can do that, right? You have to earn the right to say, I really want to do this. And you earn that right by systematically thinking through everything it's going to take, talking to other people who know about it and getting their opinions and getting feedback. You can write to me. I would be happy to answer those questions for you. And if you don't know how to do a financial plan, I will help you create one. It's not that hard. It's just numbers. It's my favorite part about the whole thing. There's numbers. They either go this way or that way, the end, right? So those are the 3 things. I'm going to go in a little different order. First one, don't say anything for 3 days. Really think it through. Make sure it's what you really want to do. And that includes asking your boss for more flex time, because that can be part of it too. My husband won't let me or my boss won't let me. Ask for it, but wait, think it through. Make sure you've thought of every option. 2, make a real plan. Don't just have an idea and throw it out there. That's awesome. The idea is the first part, but you have to bring the idea down into reality and deal in this world and look at what will have to get moved around in order to make it work and what you'll get in return for that. And then number 3 is make sure you've truly earned the right to present it and earned the right to ask the questions. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I really enjoy talking about this stuff. As you can tell, I get a little passionate. So if you enjoyed this video, I would be so grateful if you would share it, tweet about it, pull out some tweetable quotes, whatever you want to do. I would be so grateful. I'd also be grateful if you subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions for me, you can go right to betterwaymoms.com and click on Contact Us, and I will maybe answer your question in the next video. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.